A lot of light was shed last night on a lot of people in the debate. Blueprinters, this debate have shown me that if we as Jamaican make the wrong choice, Jamaica get knocked. On today's video, I'm going to share some of these information with you guys. We're going to dissect things that were said in this debate. If this is something that you are currently interested in, sit back, relax as we get into the video right now. When it comes to the debate last night, the clear winner of that debate is the JLP. Is the JLP. And I don't care what no one wants to say, because you can see clearly that it's them. Because the JLP are the only one that came last night and answered question. The JLP are the only one that came with factual information and also took accountability when asked about the government's shortcoming. The PNP didn't do that. Up to now, the PNP haven't answered any of their questions clearly. Haven't shown the Jamaican people how they are going to fund their ideas. I know the PNP put more emphasis on scandals and propaganda about corruption. Corruption that they cannot prove. They didn't come with any credible and factual information to present to the Jamaican people. So how is it that the PNP win? People are talking about Flavor Williams weak in the debate. We all know that Miss Williams is a slow, soft-spoken person. But one thing I cannot take from her that she is factual, because everything that come out of her mouth last night is rooted and grounded in facts. Me did even have to go up on the internet last night, go do research to the things that she said, and they're all true. Can you say that about the PNP? Because last night, the PNP said something that have me worried. A lot of things them said that have me worried last night. Especially when it comes to this income tax threshold that they want to move to 3.5. It have me worried. And guys, we're going to check out the video there right now, and then we're going to come back, discuss it.
The PNP has promised to move the income tax threshold to $3.5 million starting April 2026 without any new taxes. How much will it cost? Is the timeline realistic? And which programs will be adjusted to accommodate the increase?
Thank you for that question, Andrew. We are committed to implementing the 3.5 threshold starting April 2026. This will be funded from revenue growth, which currently, based on the 1% growth, is projected to generate an additional revenue of $140 billion over a 3-year period. Additionally, we expect within the envelope that exists in the budget has 4 main components. You have debt servicing, you have salaries and wages, you have the capital budget, and then you have the programmatic budget. As a political party, we would have our own priorities, and we will look at the programmatic budget and make adjustments there. But we will begin implementing the 3.5 million threshold April 2026. However, there are other programs that we have announced that once we assume office, we will immediately, within the envelope that exists for programs, see how we will implement them. For example, ensuring that every needy child gets a hot meal per day. The first in family who goes to university to have a full scholarship. And also the $500,000 grant, which will be given to young first-time owners. So we are going to ensure that we do this in a responsible way fiscally without affecting the budget.
Thank you, Team PNP. Thank you, Team JLP. Your rebuttal.
Lies, lies, lies. It cannot be done without imposing new taxes on the backs of Jamaicans. Your 3.5 is the biggest political scam since the history of Jamaica. It cannot be done. You are the people who said when we introduced the 1.5 that it couldn't be done. It would wreck the budget. How do you get from 1.5 to 3.5? It's 3.5 now, right? It used to be 2.3, 3.2, all over the place. Can't be done.
The PNP is an embarrassment. Mr. Robinson, you are an embarrassment because up to now, you haven't answered the question. All you did on that stage was deflect and give us a lot of go-round argument, telling us that to fund the moving of the threshold to 3.5 is based off a prediction made by the JLP that the economy will grow and generate 140 billion. Also, you guys will grow the economy. And we're still asking you guys, how will you grow the economy? And up to now, you can't answer that question. And the last time I checked, a prediction is not facts. A prediction is basically wishful thinking with information that you have received. And when it comes to the economy, the reason why you cannot tell the Jamaican people how will you grow the economy is because you guys do not know how to grow an economy. You are not known for that. So you have no idea or clue on how to do that. And this is why up to now, this question cannot be answered. And what you fail to tell the Jamaican people is that you do not have the money to fund these ideas. That the country do not have the money to fund these ideas because this 1.5, this 140 billion that you guys are talking about, the country doesn't have that in their possession. It's all wishful thinking. And you're not telling the Jamaican people that. All of this that you want to do is based on wishful thinking. And you are asking the Jamaican people to trust you with a wish. Trust you with something that you hope will happen. It doesn't make no sense. You even went as far as to say, Mr. Robinson, that you wouldn't implement any new taxes. I find that hard to believe. Because new taxes are the PMP thing that. If you don't believe me, check out the video here.
Mr. Speaker, you will note that the financing identified above is short of some 6.7 billion to fully fund the 2014-2015 budget. This amount must come from new taxes.
Pleased to announce to this honorable House that there will be no revenue measures for fiscal year 2018-19.
For fiscal year 2025-26, we come to the people of Jamaica with a balanced budget and no new taxes.
Our country has paid dearly for the accumulation of public debt over many, many decades. It became a millstone around the necks of the Jamaican people.
You see the difference? There's a big difference with the JLP and the PNP when it comes to the economy and taxes. The JLP knows how to grow the economy. The JLP knows how to manage a country. That is why under the JLP, we haven't experienced any new taxes. The PNP don't know how to do that. And for a party that classify themselves as having the most educated people over there, I find it strange. I find it very strange that you guys do not know how to run a country or grow an economy. Now you are coming to the Jamaican people, promising the Jamaican people that if we put you in power and you get to execute all of these plans, there won't be any new taxes. Lies. And that you will grow the economy. Lies. Not while you have man like Peter Bunting telling the Jamaican people that you guys are going to do this. Guys, more want to check out the next clip here.
GDP is the highest in the region. Our middle class has been hollowed out by a generation of belt tightening. It is time that our nurses, our teachers, our police officers, our public servants get to enjoy some of the benefits of years of tight fiscal management. It can't always be that when it comes time for the people to benefit, we are talking about managing fiscal rules, etc. We will observe the fiscal rules, but we believe we must do a social transformation for the people.
Time, thank you very much. Question.
The PNP mouth always betray them. The truth always reveal itself at the most unexpected time. Because I see the Jamaican government and the Jamaican people been asking the PNP, how are you going to fund all of these outlandish promises while practicing physical discipline? And see it reveal out of Peter Bunting mouth there that they have no intention of practicing physical discipline. That they see physical discipline as a rope around the Jamaican people's neck that needs to be free up. The same physical discipline that got the Jamaican people and the Jamaican economy to the level that it is right now. They are planning on not observing physical discipline, while telling the Jamaican people they are growing to grow the economy, while telling the Jamaican people they will not impose any new taxes, while telling the Jamaican people they will grow the economy to fund their $90 billion promise. Jamaican people, make it make sense, no? To me, Jamaica needs more physical discipline because we only grow at 1%. We need more physical discipline to get up to 5%. There is nowhere in the world that people believe that discipline is easy. Discipline takes work. Discipline takes effort. Discipline is hard. It's not something that is welcome, but it's something that is needed. If you want to grow, discipline is what is going to play the key factor to your growth. And this man want to cut that out. Jamaican people were too big for get fooled by them idiot here. And I don't know, but Mr. Bunting, I'm very vocal in this debate. Even when it comes to questions about crime, and me hate when Mr. Bunting talk about crime. Because Mr. Bunting, in my opinion, was the worst minister when it comes to crime. The worst minister when it comes to crime. And we're going to listen in for what Mr. Bunting had to say in regards to crime.
Before the break, Chris had the gall of claiming success with crime. The fact is that more Jamaicans have been murdered under this JLP administration, almost 13,000 murdered in their 2 terms than in any other 2 terms in the history of Jamaica. That is failure, not success. We commend the police for the job they've been doing this year in reducing it, but you can't take credit for that. That's despite your failed SOE policies.
You have to be aware of people like Peter Bunting and members of the People's National Party. Because listen to what Peter Bunting is saying. He's saying that the government cannot take any praise in lowering crime. But the police them lower crime. But every time crime high, you blame the government like what you're doing now. So why is it that when crime high the government fall, but when crime low the police them make crime low? Oh, that makes sense. That don't make no sense. And if the police them have the power to operate and lower crime on them own, why we need you as a minister of security? We don't need a security minister. Just leave it in the hands of the police. Blueprinters, these PMP people, them lie and them shameless with the lie what them tell. The only thing I get from the PMP party in this debate was lie, propaganda, and scandal. They came to the table with nothing else and running with a 3.5 income tax threshold as the golden goose to why the Jamaican people should vote for them. Every question they were asked, 3.5. How are you going to stop brain drain? 3.5. How are you going to help with unemployment? 3.5. Job creation? 3.5. Lower crime? 3.5. Everything turned back to the 3.5. And the only argument that them are run with, because they believe they can bribe the Jamaican people with this 3.5. But Jamaican people are not idiot. We're not fool. We see right through the deception of the PNP, and we will let them know when we go to the voting station on the 3rd of September. Blueprint family, well-thinking Jamaican, we are going to show them that we choose Jamaica. Alright, Blueprint family, we'll come to the ending of another video. If you found this video informational, you already know what to do. Destroy the like button. Also, if you are a new viewer here and you haven't yet subscribed, subscribe and turn post notification on to get notified anytime I drop a new video. Also, remember to share the video with friends and family so they too can become a part of the Blueprint movement. Guys, if you're a new viewer here, we as the Blueprinters will live by 3 codes. Those codes are: keep grinding, keep hustling, and remember, success is in the blueprint. See you later, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week.